Happy Fitness Friday, everybody! I first want to apologize for how incredibly white and pasty my legs are. Sorry about that. The light is shining right in on them, so if you need to wear sunglasses, that's okay. I won't be offended or anything. It's okay. When it gets any sort of nice outside after a long winter that we've had in the Midwest, we go a little bit crazy. If it's like 50 degrees, all of a sudden the windows are down in our cars and the windows are up in the house and we start getting more skin out. We don't care how white we are. And to my credit though, it was 60 degrees today, and I figured when it was 60 degrees, I was going to wear a dress and, you know, get the legs out a little bit. But now I feel like they can't be contained. So unfortunately for you, you have to kind of see the glare, but that's okay. I just want to get that out of the way. Today's workout though is a bit of a doozy. We're going to do 2 rounds. And with all the workouts that I like to do, we have more of a modified version, and then we have more of an advanced version. So to help you decide which camp you're in, if you're more of the modified version, this is if you have a hard time jumping, you have any joint injuries in the lower body especially, or have not done any sort of like jump or plyometric training before, like box jumps or tuck jumps, squat jumps, anything like that. If you're advanced, you have been doing circuit training either with me or with, in general for a long time. You've done box jumps, you don't have any sort of joint issues, especially in your knees. So figure out which side you're in. I'll go over here for one exercise and over here for another one, so that way you know which one it's going to be. Keep a pen and pencil handy. You're going to want to write all these down. If you're on my modified side, I'm going to have you go through this 2 times. 30 seconds for each exercise, 30 seconds of rest. If you're over here, I'm going to go through 2 times as well, but 40 seconds of work, 20 seconds of rest. This is a really nice total body workout, really gets the blood flowing. And in terms of equipment, you'll really technically only need like yourself and a chair or a surface to do dips on. It's really, really handy if you happen to have a couple dumbbells though, because we do have some exercises that work best with dumbbells, but if you don't have them, again, it's fine. I can show you different modifications. So this is definitely one of those no excuses kind of workout. You don't need a lot of equipment, all right? So make sure before you get started, you get your dynamic warm-up and your dynamic stretch in. Pause the video if you haven't. Go back and do it. Make sure you get it all in and want your body prepared and ready to go because it's a lot of moving. All right, getting right off the bat, getting started here. We have squats for my group over here. Keep your chest up. I want your challenge to be really focused on getting the depth of the squat. So you're thinking of trying to get your hamstrings parallel to the floor and back up again while still keeping your chest out. Don't let your back hollow out. You want to keep everything up and back. Okay, if you're on my other side here, my advanced side, we're going to do squat jumps. So think of like a spring. You're going to load and explode. So you're going to start with bent knees, keep your chest up, just like if you're just doing a regular squat, and then you're going to use all the power from your butt and your legs to throw you up and back down again. 40 seconds over here, 30 seconds over here. Next we have our tricep dips. We're going to use a chair. And dips are like a push-up for our triceps. So we're really keeping our elbows tucked back, right in line with our shoulders. You're going to start sitting on the edge of your chair. Place your hands around the seat of it. You're going to bring your legs out, lower down. Oh, nice and bright, sorry. Ah, I glow. And back up again. Now the closer your feet are to you, easier it is, because your feet are there to support you a little bit more. Otherwise, get those legs out, slight bend in the knees, and press up. Okay, it's going to burn, but it's going to make your arms look so awesome for the summer, okay? Next we're going to do push-ups. Another one to make your arms look great. Now I want to make sure, whether you do this full on your toes, or if you do it modified, I want to make sure that you're getting those elbows back at a 45-degree angle and back up. So as you're in your push-up position, you're thinking of aiming your chest right in between your hands. Keep your chin lifted just a little bit. Keep those elbows back at a 45-degree angle. Holding really strong between your shoulder blades. Exhale, pressing back up again. So here's full. Keep your core tight. Don't let your tummy drop down. And modified, you just drop the knees, same thing, okay? There are your push-ups. Next, we have our front lunges, our alternating front lunges. So if you have weights, this is going to be a nice time to bring those out. You're going to hold them by your side, and then a very slight bend in your elbows so that way you're engaging your arms a little bit. Give them a little more work. Give yourself a challenge, you know. And then you're going to step straight forward from the hip, straight out. Make sure that foot doesn't cross. Lowering that back knee towards the floor, keeping your chest up, and then together. So from the front, there, and up. Straight out, keeping yourself lifted. I think elevator instead of lunge. So a lot of times when people hear the word lunge, they keep wanting to go forward. And this starts to happen, and my knee's going to go over my toes. You're going to feel a lot of pressure right under your patella, your kneecap here, okay? Keep your chest up. Think elevator, straight down, and back up, and together. Okay. Next, we're going to do some tuck jumps. So my first group over here, my advanced group, you're going to do the actual tuck jump. And then my group over here, we're going to do high knees. So high knees, there's even two ways that you can do that. This is a more modified version if you have problems with jumping. Think of it like a crunch, just like a standing crunch. Just moving really, really quick, touching the elbow to the thigh or the hand to the thigh. Really squeezing your core each side. If you want to turn it up a little bit and add a little more cardio to it, you're going to jump back and forth. Give your knees a high five that way. If you're doing the jumping version, we're going to do just very similar to squat jumps. You want to think of, like, once again, loading that spring. As you go up, you're going to bring your knees up and think of like giving yourself a high five. So I'm going to do a couple from the side. Notice I'm landing in a squat every time. From the front. Good. All right. There you go. A little jump training for you. And then we're going to do rear lateral raises. So, especially helpful if you have some dumbbells. Particularly, it's nicer if you have a little bit of a lighter weight, or soup can, vegetables, something like that, so you can hold in your hands. Otherwise, if you don't have any weights, you can use the body weight version as well too. You're going to be in a nice strong bent over position. A little bend in your knees. You can even step 1 foot forward if it feels more comfortable. But notice from head to hips, everything is in line. I'm not rounding out. From the front, looks like this. It's going to look like, do your best Hulk Hogan impression, okay? Flexing. And so you're holding your weights here, keeping your chest up, thinking of cracking it out with your shoulder blades, still keeping that rounded shape in your arms, and back down again. Just like that. So if you're thinking of just really squeezing those rhomboids there, that's the body weight way to do it. And you'll really feel it more in between your shoulder blades. If you're using weight as you pull out, you're going to feel it more in your rear deltoid, which is its main target muscle. It's right in the back of the shoulders there. There's our rear deltoid raise. And next we're going to do some inchworms. Get some space. This one's really nice to do if you have like a hallway or lots of long space in your house or the room that you're working in. And it's kind of nice to go across the room and then come back again for whatever amount of time that you're doing. The inchworm, you're going to stand neutral position, so feet underneath your hips, and then you're going to walk your hands out like you're about to do a push-up, which is exactly what you're going to do. You're going to push up. You can either drop down to modified, push up, bring the hands up, or sorry, the knees up, and then you're going to try and walk your feet up to your hands. Now, a lot of times people get to here and they're like, no, it's not happening. Bend your knees, and then just kind of walk yourself in however you need to stand back up again. Otherwise, if your hamstrings are nice and flexible, you do your push-up, and you're going to walk your feet all the way back up and in, and repeat for your certain amount of time. Inchworms. All right, next we're going to do calf raise with an overhead press. If you happen to have weights, we're going to add the overhead press. If you don't have weights to use, just do the calf raise. So calf raise, you're going to lift up on your tippy toes, strong core, back down again, really rolling through your feet to the highest tippy toes that you can, and then back down again. Really controlled, especially on the way down. That's what's going to build your strength. If you have weights, bring your dumbbells up here. They're going to be, these are my fake dumbbells, okay? So the ends are going to be facing out like that. You're going to go up, roll down, overhead press, and up, down, overhead press. Do your overhead press once your feet are fully flat on the floor. Right, kettlebell swings. Now, not too many of you have kettlebells just laying around your house, so you can use one of your dumbbells. You're going to hold it like so, so it hangs down like that. my pantomimed dumbbell. If you do happen to have access to kettlebell, and either you have it at home or you have it at the gym, of course, use that. But the kettlebell swings are a nice exercise, like a hinge exercise for the hips, and it's really the hip pressing for the hip thrust, and that does the work for this one. So you're going to hold your weight here. You're going to basically do like a squat, little swing, and then you're going to bring your arms up, about in line with your shoulders. There's other ways of doing kettlebell swings where the arms go up all the way overhead. A lot of times people have a lot of problem with that, with overhead movement in that kettlebell swing. So just to keep it safe for everyone, you're going to go up right in line with the shoulders. And it's just swinging. So you want to keep that momentum going. Squeeze your butt, press the hips forward, and that's going to help you get that swing in. Okay. All right, kettlebell swings. And then next we're going to follow it up with a plank for my group over here. The elbow planks, you're going to just be on your forearms, on your toes, holding for up to 30 seconds. My group over here, you can either try and do the plank for up to 40 seconds, or for a little extra challenge, you can do a Spidey plank. So it really will, really gets your whole core, because not only are you working hard enough in the plank, but the crunching of the knee really gets your obliques going as well too. So, here you are in your plank. If you want to turn it up, you're going to turn your leg out, but still keeping your belly button facing towards the floor. And you're going to try and bring your knee up towards your arm. Up, down. So you're rocking back a little bit on the heels. I think I'm pressing my heels back, push into my toes, and back. Like so. You're going to do that for your 40 seconds. Okay. Last two exercises, and then we're done, are bicep curls and a back lunge. So bicep curls is, again, this is really great if you have your weight. You're going to keep your elbows in, palms facing out, holding your weight, pulling it all back up and back down. For extra challenge in the first round, stand on one leg. In the second round, you're going to stand on the other leg. Ta-da! There you go. So there's your bicep curls. If you're doing a bodyweight version of it, it can be done as well too, in terms of just keeping it simple. I want you to really like squeeze through your arm and press back up again. So squeeze, just like an isometric contraction, which just means you're just going to squeeze it and hold it as you're working through that range of motion. So you just squeeze and back down again. Or sometimes, if you have a ledge, like sometimes like kitchen counter ledges work really well, and you're going to hold up underneath and you're going to press up. And that's really actually technically an isometric hold where you're pressing and you have that work happening the entire time. Otherwise, just squeeze as you pull it up. So many different ways, right? The last one, we're going to do the back lunge. So just as we did alternating front lunges, you're going to step back. This is a little bit tougher because it's a little more balance involved. Sorry, get where I have some space. And you're going to step straight back and down. Sorry, it looks like I'm crossed. Here we go. Let me show you a different way. So from here, stepping straight back. All my hip is in line with my leg, back down and up. You're going to hold your weights here if you have them, and back up. And there we go. So you're going to hit that again a second time, and there's your workout. So you should feel pretty awesome all over, get a good stretch in, lots of water, rest and recover, and we'll see you back here soon. I hope you have a wonderful rest of the weekend. Take care.